Welcome to my channel. I am Coach Sherry. Thanks for tuning in. This is another part of my experience at Jamestown Settlement in Williamsburg, Virginia. This settlement offers main attractions that provides an immersive experience into the history of Jamestown and its cultural significance. And in this video, I will take you through a reconstructed version of the original James Fort, which will give you a glimpse into early colonial life. Remember, Jamestown was settled by Englishmen in 1607, and Native Americans, the Potawatomi Indians, were in this part of Virginia. The fort has been recreated based on historical plans and descriptions and includes buildings constructed in the 17th century English style with half timber, wattle, and daub, thatch roofs, and brick chimneys. Key structures within the fort include the governor's house, a church, and various dwellings and workshops. There are historical interpreters who demonstrate period-specific trades and daily activities, enhancing the immersive experience. Continue to enjoy and leave me a comment on your thoughts of Jamestown Settlement. The Jamestown Settlement was constructed using materials readily available in the area. The settlers primarily used wood from local forests, including pine, oak, maple, and beech, for building structures and tools. The fort's palisade was made from tree trunks, while buildings inside the fort were constructed using a technique called wattle and daub, which involved weaving strips of wood covered with clay. Thatched roofs were made from local reeds. Nails were likely scarce and valuable, so wooden pegs and mortise and tension joints were commonly used for construction. Furniture in the Jamestown settlement was basic and functional, reflecting the settlers' need for practical and resourcefulness. Initially, furniture was crafted from local wood, such as oak and pine, using simple tools. The settlers likely made use of benches, stools, and tables, which were essential for daily activities. Over time, as the settlement became more established, more sophisticated pieces may have been introduced, but the primary focus remained on utility rather than style. The harsh conditions and limited resources meant that furniture was often rudimentary, serving the immediate needs of the colonists. Fireplaces in the Jamestown settlement played a crucial role in daily life, serving as essential sources for heating and cooking. Initially, the fireplaces were simple, with basic openings in walls or roofs to vent smoke. Over time, they evolved to include smoke hoods and larger structures as resources allowed. Despite their utility, the risk of fire remained high due to materials used and the continuous need to keep fires burning for heat and cooking.
So they're going to build an English farmhouse out of local materials. Now, an English farmhouse is for a family. How many families are here? None. There are no families. This is a house for men. That's what they call it, housing for the men. You guys know what a barracks is? That's the same thing. Think of it like a barracks. You get 10, 12, 20 men living in a house like this. And so you guys got 4 rooms, 2 more upstairs. You can even have a loft going all the way across the top there. So, yeah, this is going to be a house for men. And this room's called a hall. This is your 17th century open concept. This is a living room, kitchen, all of the above in one area. It could even be a bedroom. Those are called chicken houses.
Chicken house. Yeah. Is that dinner?
No.
Yeah.
They have time for dinner. Not so much. Mostly for eggs. Yeah.
Just eggs.
Yeah. So dinner's already been made, and you're several hours late for dinner. Dinner is the midday meal this time. And we made bread and pottage for that. Bread is a very important part of the diet. 80% of the English diet is bread and beer. That other 20% often consists of pottages. So basically, I take what I got, I chuck it in the pot. And so long as you keep a fire under it and you keep adding to it every time you subtract, you can keep that pot of stew going pretty much forever on that fire.
I know people who do that with a crock pot.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Perpetual stew. It's a time-honored tradition. There are places in this world who have pots of perpetual stew going on for generations.
You gonna lay an egg?
Probably.
Sometimes they do.
Oh, is that
I've even found them in the coal bin. So, every day is like an Easter egg hunt.
Is that their box?
Learn stuff, right? Yeah. So there's a test where you can be at the museum.
It's Finland. Oh, okay.
They'll prefer mice, and they really love chicken eggs. We figure the egg is just, the eggs are just a tax. That's the price we get for animals which basically prevent the infestation by the dangerous guys. So we figure that's the price we pay for their services.
He was a pretty good size one I saw him there.
Good 7 foot or so?
He was all coiled up. He was about like, he's probably about this big around.
Oh, that's one of the little ones. You ought to see Isabella. Isabella, this is her territory. And occasionally I just have to go ahead, Isabella. I don't know where you're going, but you're going from there to there, and I just stand back. She's 7 foot long.
The snakes are here that he's talking about?
And
Not
she
right now, but they do have
big.
some around.
She makes absolutely zero attempt to conceal herself. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about me. If you're in her way, she will crawl over your foot.
Something in your fan.
They will if you don't like snakes. I used to think that I had an incurable, irrational fear of snakes. It turns out it was only irrational because I didn't know enough about snakes. And it is curable because I don't want to pick them up and I don't want to cuddle them and I'm not kissing them on the nose.
No.
But I kind of like them.
Certainly.
What is that?
Under the canopy,
Is that the carpenter shop?
you have carpenter shop. Exactly.
Okay,
So-
that thing that looks like a sawhorse with a thing on top of it?
So that's where you use for a draw knife. So basically, like pistol pedal down below. I use that to like point that into the top there, and then you can like.
As I look around, I see the church, the Jamestown Settlement's church up ahead. And the church has a rich and complex history that reflects the colony's development challenges. The first church in 1607 was initially constructed as a temporary church using a sail stretched between trees with simple wooden benches and an altar made from a log. This structure was replaced by the first real church inside the fort, described as barn-like, which burned down in January 1608. The second church in 1608 was rebuilt after the fire, and it was a wooden church that required constant repairs. It was restored by Lord de la Warre in 1610 and is notable as the site of Pocahontas's marriage to John Rolfe in 1614. The third church was built in 1617, and it was constructed with a cobblestone foundation. And this church hosted the first meeting of the Virginia General Assembly in 1619, marking an important moment in American legislative history. The fourth church, built in 1639, was a brick structure, replaced the third church, and was partially destroyed during Bacon's Rebellion in 1676. It continued to serve until around 1750 before being abandoned. Restoration and Memorial Church in 1907, a reconstruction effort led by preservation groups, resulted in the current Memorial Church, built next to the original tower that still stands today. This structure preserves the foundations of earlier churches under glass for visitors to view. These churches not only served religious functions, but also played crucial roles in the social and political life of early Jamestown, symbolizing resilience and continuity amidst adversity. Thank you.
They're going to rotate like that from sun up to sun. It's a full shift, sun up to sun. And each one of those shifts would have up to a third of the men in the force serving guard duty at any one time. And they kept it up 24/7, 365. Yeah, you've got to be ready just in case the Spanish decide to attack, which they fully anticipate. It never actually happened. Although by golly, did the Spanish ever want to, they got close enough to see the fort and were like, that's a lot of leads. That's a lot of lead. Our intel was bad. We did not prepare enough for this. So the English did fight 3 major wars with Powhatan and several skirmishes in between. So although they came armed relatively well for European battle, they were more than sufficiently armed for the time of Powhatan. They don't have firearms, they have bows and arrows and tomahawks and matacocks. So yeah, they all of the weapons and armor and training the guys to be soldiers once they arrived was tremendously helpful in defending themselves against the Powhatan. Hey, welcome everybody. Hi. This is Guardhouse. So, okay. Just talking about how the shifts were sun up to sun up, and each squadron, for lack of a better word, of men accounted for a third of the male population out there. So you're gonna have 1 out of every 3 men on guard duty at all times.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and that tells you how afraid they were about being attacked by the Spanish, because what is the whole point of a business or company? They cloned it.
Try to crawl under something, go touch it. Not supposed to go touch it. And we're going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to clap twice, you clap. Awesome. Beer's going to be one of the things. Yep, small beer. Well, that would be over on that side.
Water. Wine.
Wine, wine's too expensive.
Beer.
No, got beer. Food. Yes, food. So this right here, what do you think it might be called?
If you've enjoyed the tour of the reconstructed fort at Jamestown Settlement, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and stay tuned for my next video where I will be showing you the full-scale ship replicas that brought the first settlers to Jamestown. I appreciate you for watching. I am Coach Sherry.